Wu Zetian was the only female emperor in ancient China. I think you already heard lots of stories about her. One of famous stories was Wu Zetian personally killed her first daughter to frame the Empress Wang, and this false accusation made the Empress Wang was dethroned. So, in real history, was this true? First of all, you must know that Wu Zetian personally killing her daughter was recorded in the official historical document, the New Book of Tang. That's why so many people deeply believe it. But I don't think so. Wu Zetian's first daughter was Gaozong's third daughter. This little princess was born in 654 and died several months after birth. 10 years later, Gaozong and Wu Zetian posthumously promoted her to Anding Gongzhu, Princess Anding, and gave her a posthumous name, Si, which means missing. In the Old Book of Tang, it only recorded Wu Zetian's oldest daughter was posthumously promoted to the princess, but didn't mention the cause of the death of the princess. The Old Book of Tang was written in 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms period. In the book Tang Hui Yao, it recorded that Wu Zetian's daughter suddenly died. Then Wu Zetian told Gaozong that princess was killed by the Empress Wang. So Gaozong wanted to dethrone the Empress Wang. This record didn't say Wu Zetian personally killed her daughter. It only said Wu Zetian used the death of the princess to accuse the Empress Wang. Please pay attention. Here, the record didn't say this was false accusation. Tang Hui Yao was written in early Song dynasty, the Emperor Taizu's time. Taizu was the first emperor of Song. Well, in the book, New Book of Tang, the death of the Princess Anding was described as a murder with lots of details. New Book of Tang was finished in Song dynasty, the Emperor Renzhong's time. Renzhong was the fourth emperor of Song. New Book of Tang was about 100 years later than Tang Hui Yao. The common sense is, with the time become longer, people were more difficult to get accurate and detailed records about the history. So, how the author of New Book of Tang got those detailed records? Second, in both Tang Hui Yao and New Book of Tang, there were no records about how Empress Wang and her supporters proved she was innocent. This is really weird. When Wu Zetian accused Empress Wang killed the little princess, no matter the empress actually did it or not, the empress and her supporters should say something. Keeping silence means the empress side gave up, and the empress did kill the princess. Does it make sense? Third, Wu Zetian was challenging the empress. The Empress Wang was from a traditional noble family. She actually was married with a man whose status was lower than her. The Empress Wang was supported by all self-government officers. Well, Wu Zetian didn't have strong family background, and in the inner court, she was a concubine. If Wu Zetian planned to replace the empress through false accusation, the most important thing was people should believe the Empress Wang highly possible do this horrible thing first. Then Wu Zetian had chance to ask Gaozhong to dethrone the empress. Unfortunately, people hardly believe the Empress Wang killed Wu Zetian's daughter. First, in ancient time, princes had no chance of inheriting the throne. In other words, the princess couldn't help Wu Zetian threaten the Empress Wang's status. If the Empress Wang worried her status, it was more reasonable that she murdered the son of the consort Xiao, who was Gaozhong's favorite consort and also was from a traditional noble family. If the political powers wasn't make sense, is there possible that the Empress Wang killed the princess only because of jealous? I don't think so. Before Wu Zetian became the consort of Gaozhong, the consort Xiao was Gaozhong's favorite woman. She totally gave birth to 2 girls and 1 son. The Empress Wang didn't kill any of those kids. If the Empress Wang didn't have reason to kill Wu Zetian's daughter, is there possible that Wu Zetian personally killed her daughter, then framed the Empress Wang? At last, in both Tang Huiyao and the New Book of Tang, the death of the princess Anding caused Gaozhong started to plan dethrone the Empress Wang. Is this true? You will know in future video. Thank you for watching this video. See you later.